what happened here is, usually 250% gappers sell off, but this one had a good daily. We held and we went to 20. We're discussing in the chat room whether or not it can go to like 100, because dry ships in 2017 went from $1 to pretty much 100, and we were discussing that. I was discussing that in the chat room, and it's possible for the stock to go to 100. Will this stock go to 100? I don't know. Let's look at the let's look at the float. The flow was around 400,000. Insiders 95%, volume 95 million. So it was relatively strong. And then what happened here? This is the pattern that I like you guys to discuss. Like right here is what I was talking to you guys about. This is what I call a channel breakout. As you can see, normal pattern would have been to sell off. But when you see it reclaim back, like you can see right here, went under VWAP for a bit, under 660. The normal pattern of 250% gappers is usually it just sells off. So when it doesn't do that, you have to make this a little bigger because actually, when it doesn't do that, hold on a second. I'm having technical. When you see that it doesn't do that, you have to. Sorry, technical. When you see that the stock is not, when you see when the stock is not breaking down, it is not selling, you want to go long. Right here, we made a higher high at 750. This is the area to go long. I actually went long around 9, and pretty much I sold it at like 13. But look what it did afterwards. Hold on, SPHL. Look what it did afterwards. Sorry, SPHL. Look what it did afterward. SP. There we go. SPHL. Nope, this one. Look what it did afterward. It went all the way up to $20. So what happened over here when it went from, these 3 candles, it's what I called a big ass short squeeze. That's really all these shorts here, just adding, and getting blown out of the water. So that's kind of like what happened here. Because normally 250% gappers usually sell off. But in this situation, we held VWAP. We made a higher high. We broke this channel right here. We broke this channel, and then we held the channel. And then after that, you just buy the wedge pattern right here, which was right here. You buy the wedge pattern breakout, which is around 9, which was where I got long. And then after 9, we just squeezed all the way up to $21, which is ridiculous. That's something you don't see every day. Probably you see this once in a blue moon. So I'm sure the short sellers are pretty much pissed off that they couldn't keep it down. So pretty beautiful pattern. As you can see today, I am red on a ticker and green on the other. So I did trade CJMB. A lot of traders came in the chat room and they were like, CJMB fits my criteria, and that's just fine. Fits your criteria to buy it. Unfortunately, there was traders in the chat room that are just buying it the wrong way. And if you bought my course, I go over buying what is it called? VWAP reclaim after 9:30, and this was a textbook breakout. Textbook of VWAP breakout, VWAP reclaim after 9:30. You can see right here we pop up over VWAP. Then you go to buy the dip. I eventually got in at like 360, honestly. The dip was around 320 to 310, and then from $3 we go up to $4. This was a typical VWAP reclaim setup. A lot of traders came in right here and they tried to trade this, and please do not. That's not something tradable, because it has too much range. I mean, why would you be chasing a stock that went from $1 and to $4, in 2 1-minute candles? You shouldn't be chasing a ticker that is pretty much up 300% in 3 minutes. You shouldn't do that.